David Wong, tutti fucking fruity.
The Cinema Chop Shop.
What's going on, everybody? It's David from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you see a Patreon account. If you click it, you can become a member. All you got to do is try to recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to, so click the freaking link. And with that being said, I'm here to do a video. I know you guys ain't seen me in a while, so let's go ahead and get into it. It's the end of the year almost. We're almost into the new year. We're almost into 2024. So let's go ahead and end it with a bang, shall we? Let's talk about the best movies of 2023. Now, I'm going to give you my top 5 movies of 2023. Some honorable mentions. John Wick 4, fun movie to watch, amazing fight sequences and everything. I kind of feel like they're starting to burn out the whole keeping John Wick alive and shit like that. But, you know, I don't know. I think that the movies are still a lot of fun. The cinematography is amazing. The fight sequences are fantastic. And they're fun as hell to watch. Storyline's getting a little bit dry, it's getting a little bit repetitive, but hey, the movies are still fun as hell. Also, another movie that I really enjoyed, Flamin' Hot. Yeah, the movie about the creation of the hot Cheeto. It was a Hulu special or a Hulu exclusive or something like that. That was a fun ass movie. Usually you can't go wrong with movies based off of true events or biopic movies and things like that. It's kind of hard to miss, but shout outs to them. They get an honorable mention. Also, Sisu. If you guys haven't seen Sisu, to me, that's like what I wish that movie and John Wick can like live in the same universe. It's about this dude that's like he's like a Nazi hunter. The movie's like John Wick on drugs. Like, it's a crazy movie. I liked it. Shout out to Sisu. That was a fun movie to watch. And another honorable mention is Flower of the Killing Moon. Now, people are probably like, damn, I thought that probably would have ended up in your top 5. No, it is not because it's a bad movie. It's just because, to me, it ain't one of Nolan's best movies. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. It's very cinematic. But, I mean, it's not one of Nolan's greatest movies.
I don't remember it.
Leo's acting performance was kind of mediocre. So, I mean, we're just going to go ahead and just leave it there, shall we? But let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I was in a huge debate with myself about which movie's going to slide into this number 5 spot, right?
You fired me.
And I'm just going to have to go with Oppenheimer, right? A lot of people probably would have put that in their top 3. Oppenheimer has had a lot of hype around it this year, but me personally, it was a great movie, very cinematic movie. Nolan did an amazing job with filming it. This movie has a freaking all-star cast with freaking Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Josh Hartnett, Casey Affleck, Rami Malek, and Kenneth, whoever that last name is, right? I'm just listing off the damn names on from Wikipedia. But anyway, to the point, this movie is very cinematic. Like, you can't go wrong with it. It's a long-ass movie, though. It's like 3+ hours. It's a long-ass movie. You're going to be sitting there for a while. Your ass might get numb. But at the same time, you're really going to marvel at a beautiful, beautiful film. And a lot of people kind of criticize Nolan because they were like, man, you should have went with CGI, especially with the nuclear explosion scene. Me personally, I felt like he did a great job. And when you see that movie with a banging, booming sound system, you really feel it. And he did a really good job at building that suspense of and that psychotic nature of that nuclear arms race. You really felt the tension in the room. And I remember speaking with my auntie about it. She said that she was afraid to watch the movie. And I asked her, why are you afraid to watch the movie? And she said she grew up in a time where, you know, she had those bomb not scares, but like the bomb procedures, like what you're supposed to do, drop, cover, things like that. So she said that watching that movie will probably bring back bad memories of that idea. And again, you're watching this movie and this man is responsible for creating a weapon that forever changed the landscape of war. Now, me personally, I was a little disappointed because I thought the movie was mostly going to be about the atomic bomb, but it was really about the man that created the atomic bomb and his journey and his life, and it just followed up Oppenheimer the whole damn movie. The movie has his name in it, so of course that's which the movie should be about. But at the same time, I thought it was going to be more about the atomic bomb. But that's not taking anything away from it. The movie is beautifully shot. It's a long movie. You don't feel it if you're really invested in it, like cinematically. But if you're not like a cinephile and you're not really about beautiful shots and things like that, you're not really reveling in like the how things look, and you're not like one of those people that really appreciates like cinema, then you're not gonna like this movie. You know what I mean? And it's nothing wrong. Like there's times where I have moments where I appreciate that type of stuff. There's times I can't sit down and watch a cinematic movie every single day. I can't watch subtitled movies every single day. There's days where I have to pick and choose what I want to watch. I can't sit and watch Oppenheimer tomorrow. Like, I can tell you that right now. I can't sit and watch Oppenheimer right now. I'm supposed to watch Rebel Moon. I low-key don't want to watch that because the runtime is 2 hours. And there's sometimes where I'm starting to get tired of this long runtime thing that movies are doing now. But I don't want to dive too deeper into that. That's a conversation for another day. Oppenheimer coming in at number 5. Amazing movie, amazing cast, amazing script. Nolan did a fantastic job at directing it. And even though Leo's performance was kind of weak, I said Leo. I'm talking about freaking Killer Moon. See, in my head, I'm thinking about this other damn movie. Scratch the Leo thing. Oppenheimer, amazing cast all around the board. The jumping back and forth between the black and white scenes and the in-color scenes, it really gave you a sense of that you're paying attention to 2 different time periods. You get what I'm saying? The freaking non-CGI nuclear explosion scene, it gets a lot of criticism. I personally liked it. You listening to it with a booming sound system, you really felt the devastation of it. And again, a lot of people also criticized it because you didn't get to see the aftermath of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You didn't get to see the aftermath of the nuclear explosion. But at the same time, there is a tidbit in the movie where you get to understand the power of a nuclear explosion without actually witnessing the damage that it caused. So that's my number 5. Coming in at number 4. No One Will Save You. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is another Hulu exclusive. Brian Duffield is the person that directed this damn movie, right? And he has also directed Skull Island, apparently. No. He was a writer on Skull Island. He was a writer on the Underwater. Heard about that movie. I want to watch that. He was a writer on The Babysitter. Oh, snap, The Babysitter, that one movie off of a Netflix. I didn't know he was right. He wrote that movie. That was a fun movie. The sequel sucked, but that was a fun movie. And then he also wrote for the Divergent series, right? But this is his first, not actually second directorial debut because the first one was a movie called Spontaneous, where he directed, wrote, and produced it. Never seen it, not even aware of what it looks like. Let me see. Let me look at never heard of it at all. And Catherine Langford and Charlie, never heard of it. It looks like a love story. I'm not really interested in that. But we're going to talk about No One Will Save You. Now, if you are not a fan of A Quiet Place, you're not going to like this movie because this movie is kind of similar to what A Quiet Place did, meaning it's a silent film. When I say silent film, there's basically like absolutely no dialogue in this movie whatsoever. Nobody talks in this movie at all. You're just hearing background noise, you hear sound effects, you hear things like that, but you don't get anything. Now, I haven't seen Signs in a long time, but I feel like if I had to kind of compare this movie to anything, this movie would definitely be 2023's or this generation's version of Signs. This movie was a fantastic movie. Like, I really thought I was going to be bored watching it, especially because my cousin, he begged me to watch this damn movie. He came over here personally, which he doesn't do too often. He personally came over here and sat down and said, I'm going to load up my Hulu account so you can watch this damn movie. And I was so like, I don't want to watch this movie. And on top of that, he goes, hey, man, and also, they don't talk much in this movie. I'm like, it's a hard sell, man. You trying to really make me like not want to watch this movie. I went into this movie not wanting to watch it. I'm half-ass paying attention to it at the beginning. That shit cracks off quick. I'm like, okay, all right, you got me interested. And you just watch the movie and you just become more and more invested in this movie. It's a strange movie, and I can't really explain it. It's hard to explain without trying to give things away. But basically, it's a woman, and there's an alien uh, invasion type shit going on, and that's all I'm going to tell you. But this movie was fantastic. For it to keep your attention without zero dialogue is a hard task to do. That is not a simple task for any movie to do. And some people might get bored with it. Some people might not be invested into that type of thing. But me personally, I thought it was a really good damn movie. And I felt like the ending was also fantastic because a lot of these movies that have really good kind of like runs and they start picking up momentum and they start moving and you're like, all right, cool. Like this is a good little flowing movie. And they always drop the ball at the end. I felt like the ending to me was very satisfying. It made sense to me. I enjoyed it. And it's one of those movies where you can rewatch it and you're going to start finding like Easter eggs. It's kind of like Ari Aster's Hereditary. Like if you rewatch the movie, you're going to start noticing things. You're like, damn, like that was a little Easter egg. Oh, damn, that's a little tidbit. Oh, damn, okay, that makes sense. Like somebody said something about Hereditary the other day that blew my mind, but that's a conversation for another day. But this movie right here is a really good movie. My cousin was fully invested in showing me this damn movie. I'm actually glad that he did. So coming in at number 4, No One Will Save You. Great alien film. I would say that is this generation's Signs. Coming up at number 3.
Give you 350. Now don't go offering to show no 351.
We got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, if you guys have seen this first Spider-Man movie, it was super entertaining, right? And the second one, I was afraid that it wasn't going to live up to the hype, right? This movie also has a pretty damn good long runtime. And I just was afraid, like, man, this movie's going to drop the ball. The first movie was so much fun. And this is coming from a person that didn't want to watch the first movie because I didn't like the animation. The animation to me was fucking horrible. Like, when I saw the trailer of it, I was like, I don't want to watch this damn movie. But I'm glad that one day it came on Netflix and I actually watched it and it was a fun ass movie. So I was like, you know what? I want to see this movie as well. I was a late bloomer to watching that movie because I didn't want to watch it in the movie theaters with a bunch of kids. You know, it's nothing personal, but I just don't want to be sitting in the movie theater and like kids kicking seats and running around crying and farting and shit. I don't want to hear that. You know, I want to watch the movie. I want to appreciate it and I want to just digest it and just have fun with it. You know, I was super close to waiting until it came for a home release. And the situation just so happened to present itself, and I ended up going to see it at the movie theater. But I'm glad I did because the movie has a banging ass soundtrack. 2, it has a really great story with great characters. And Miles Morales' character, I didn't think that he could develop more as a person, as a character. I didn't think they could push his character this much forward, but they did. You know, and it's really cool that they introduced different characters. And I was worried about that because I was like, you know what? Introducing all these different Spider-Mans, I feel like it's going to like dilute what they're trying to do here. You get what I'm saying? Like if you've watched a lot of the Marvel movies and they add in these characters and you're just like, it's diluting the point of this movie. And they didn't do that with this movie. They had, yeah, sure, you had a bunch of Spider-Man and shit like that across different universes or whatever, but they all had their purpose. It's just like the first film, how the first couple of Spider-Man came in. It was a specific amount of Spider-Man. They came in, they had a purpose, they got their character development, boom, right? We learned a little bit about everyone, you know, and shout out to Spider-Punk. He was really cool. But again, I'm not trying to take anything away from the movie. The movie was fantastic. It was fun to watch, great soundtrack, and that damn cliffhanger, when I watched it and it happens and it just cuts, you get so invested in the movie and the movie's just rolling and rolling and rolling. You like, hell yeah, let's go. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Then it just comes to a screeching halt and it's just like, wait for the next chapter. And you're like, fuck, right? I was so invested in this movie. I didn't think that it was just going to come to a screeching halt like that. And it kind of made me sad. I was kind of mad that it just ended like that. But again, it was a fun movie. I felt like it was well written. It was well paced, great character development, great display of animation, you know, like, and it's crazy how I watch so much CGI and you watch so many different types of animation, and these people really sat down and said, you know what, we're going to really get this right. Some of the shots in this movie for like an animation, it's really captivating. The colors that they decided to choose, especially for that third act, where Miles comes face to face with a certain person. I just love the colors that they decided for that one scene. It speaks a lot. I really enjoyed it, but I don't want to give away too much if you haven't seen the movie. But yeah, coming in at number 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, part 1, I'm assuming. Coming in number dos.
Deuce! Get your ass down here, man. Hey.
Bo is Afraid. I keep calling this shit Bew, and motherfuckers get mad because they're like, it's Bo. And I'm like, I get it, but spell beauty, spell beautiful, right? And then take the chewful off, right? I mean, come on, like if you study English, then you should fucking know that if you were trying to read that in the context, it would say Bew. Whatever. Bo is Afraid. Now, this is an Ari Aster film. I really thought that it was going to be more of a horror film, but it wasn't. This movie is also yet another movie with a long ass runtime. This movie stars Joaquin Phoenix, and really, the one thing I liked about this, it's a very strange fucking movie. I'm gonna tell you off top. This movie is strange. Like, I'm talking about Jim Morrison strange. Like, people are strange. It's very strange, but it's captivating. Like, the more you watch it, the weirder it gets. You're just like, what the fuck is going on here, right? And you get to the end of the movie, and you kind of figure out why this movie is so strange. And it's so symbolic. Like, as you're watching the movie, and you figure out what Bo symbolizes. And you're just like, dang, this fool Ari Aster really just made a movie about a man experiencing anxiety, just like social anxiety about life. This man is afraid of everything. And Ari Aster really just made a movie that puts you inside of their heads. You really feel like you're inside the head of somebody that has like manic anxiety. It's crazy. And it's just, the movie's so damn random, but it has one amazing cinematic moment. Amazing cinematic. I've seen this done in other films, but I feel like this movie did it really well. The only other movie I've seen it in is it was a horror film called Loose. And in the middle of the movie, it just breaks out into like a play format. And you really feel like you're at a play watching a performance. It takes you out of like in a theater and then drops you in the middle of like Broadway. It's wild. And it was so well shot, so well done. It's super colorful. The movie's fucking crazy. It's a crazy ass movie, but it's captivating as hell. And I just personally, like, I just enjoyed that movie a lot. That might be one of them long ass movies where I could watch again like tomorrow. And not because it's cinematic, it's just because there's so much going on that it's possible that you miss something. It's just so crazy, everything that's going on. It's hard to catch everything. It feels like there's Easter eggs everywhere when you're watching that movie. But again, my man Joaquin Phoenix did his thing. Amazing actor. And on top of that, Ari Aster did a great job at directing the movie. He did a really good job at just making you feel like you're just in the mind of a mental person and what they experience. Like, it's just crazy. I can't explain it. You just got to watch the damn movie. If you've not seen Bo is Afraid, I would definitely recommend going to watch it. It's an experience. It's not even a movie. It's an experience, right? You are really diving into the mind of a man that just has anxiety and other problems. And just, it feels like you're just inside of his brain. It's a crazy movie. It's a crazy experience. That's number 2. He would have been number 1 if this other movie didn't exist. Now, coming in at number 1.
Sorry, but I'm number 1.
Look, this is all bias aside. I put my all biases aside. This movie is number 1, hands down. Godzilla -1. And I know people are probably like, Davey, you fucking love Godzilla. Get the fuck out of here, right? But I would never in my life put like Godzilla versus Kong, the year that it came out, like as number 1. Not never. That shit didn't even make my top 5. I would have never put Godzilla King. I trashed Godzilla and King of the Monsters. I said it was a whack ass movie. Godzilla 2014, I liked it. I have my own personal biases why I like the movie, but you know, that is what it is. I am not I repeat, I am not going to hype a movie up more than what it's supposed to be. But Godzilla -1, this shit different. And the reason why is this shit rivals, might even be better than the fucking original Godzilla. What is it, 54? This shit might be better than 54. Like I'm in that boat. This shit got crazy character development. I mean, every time I explain this to people, people are like, "What's so good about this damn movie?" And the first thing I say is, "Have you seen Train to Busan?" A lot of people say, "Yeah." How did you like it? Oh, it's a fucking amazing movie. All right, cool. This is Train to Busan and Godzilla meeting together. That's the only way I can explain it. The character development in this movie is fucking fantastic, man. You really give a shit about these characters. Each and every character is symbolic. They represent something. It's three people coming together with the same tragedy, right? They're united in death. It's symbolic. It's poetic. Godzilla, metaphoric. He symbolizes that death. It's crazy. The score. The score is freaking fantastic, dude. The freaking atomic breath scene. I can't even look. The first time Godzilla hits that atomic breath, and people was talking shit in the trailer like, "Oh, when he hits his atomic breath, the little spike." Man, shut the fuck up. Just watch it. Trust me. When that score hits and that scene happens, you really get to feel like how strong Godzilla's atomic breath is. And I can hear it now, motherfucker. Godzilla and Godzilla versus Kong shot through the freaking core into the hollow earth. I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit. This movie really makes you feel like this atomic breath, this shit is a baby nuke. Like whenever it strikes, it hands down is destroying everything, is laying everything out. That scene was fantastic. I loved and cared for each and every person in this damn movie. Hands down. Everybody I cared about in this damn movie. The director was talking about doing a sequel. He wants to follow these characters. Do it. Because I could have literally watched this whole damn movie following these characters. There was times where I forgot I was in a damn Godzilla movie. So Takashi Yamazaki, yeah, man, go ahead, run that shit back. Make another Godzilla -1 movie. Call it -2. I don't give a shit. Do what you got to do. But the characters in this movie, fantastic, dude. I cannot praise them enough. The screenwriting, the story, the script is amazing. You really give a shit about these characters. There's one part in the movie where I feel like it's a little bit predictable, but I'm gonna look over that. The CGI is a little bit at times, but I'm gonna look over that. It doesn't matter. The storytelling is fantastic. Godzilla is fantastic. Godzilla is a straight up villain. He's wearing black Air Forces. He's fucking up everything in sight. He don't give a shit about nobody. He don't care about nobody. You go all die today. Ask them news reporters on top of that building. Godzilla -1, hands down, is the best movie of 2023. And I'm not saying that. I'm taking away all my Godzilla bias. All Godzilla bias out the window. That movie is a film. That shit is grade A cinema. You gotta go watch that if you haven't seen that shit already. They're also talking about re-releasing it in black and white, just to kind of like give you that original Godzilla vibes. I mean, that's cool. That's not for me. I want to see the color, especially with that scene with the little with the dorsal plates and his atomic breath go. I want to see that in color. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't think it would hit the same with black and white. That's just me though. But again, fantastic movies, fantastic characters. I could have watched the whole movie with just the characters alone. That score, fantastic. Can't wait to get it on vinyl if I can. Man. All right, so there it is, man. There it is, man. My top 5 movies of 2023 coming in number 5, Oppenheimer. Number 4, No One Will Save You. Number 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Number 2, Bo is Not Afraid, or Bo is Afraid. Sorry, and then number 1, Godzilla -1. These are my top 5 movies of 2023. What are your top 5 movies of 2023? Let me know in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys have a magnificent day. And adios, homies.
I want to play a game. Subscribe now. The choice is yours. You're now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop.